Today's episode will feature 10 motivational quotes from German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. Peace and health to you, dear Books Quotes family. Our Books Quotes program, where we bring you the most amazing things written and spoken around the world, has begun. In today's program, we will present 10 of Friedrich Nietzsche's most amazing motivational quotes, which many of us despise, as we mentioned in our introduction. We respectfully invite you to stay with us until the end and subscribe to our YouTube channel called Books Quotes and become part of our family. Once again, have a good time with our program until the end.
1. A politician divides a mankind into two classes, tools and enemies. This quote by the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche offers a cynical but sharp critique of how power-seeking individuals often view the world. Here are 4 explanations of its meaning. A. Transactional relationships. Nietzsche suggests that for a politician, people are rarely viewed as unique individuals with inherent value. Instead, they are categorized by their utility. Tools are those who can be used or manipulated to advance an agenda, while enemies are anyone who stands in the way. B. The will to power. This reflects Nietzsche's central concept of the will to power. In the quest for dominance, human empathy is often replaced by cold calculation. Everyone becomes either a stepping stone or a stumbling block. C. Dehumanization. By reducing humanity to tools and enemies, the politician strips people of their dignity. It turns the social world into a chessboard where individuals are treated as mere pieces to be played or sacrificed for the sake of the game. D. Inherent divisiveness. The quote points to the polarizing nature of politics. It creates an us versus them environment where there is no room for nuance or independent thought. You are either an instrument of the power structure or a threat to it. In short, through the lens of power, there are no people, only instruments to be used and obstacles to be overcome. 2. Those who see too deeply into the nature of reality often struggle to belong, because awareness separates them from the illusions that comfort others. Nietzsche highlights the loneliness of deep thinkers. Greater awareness removes comforting illusions. This creates distance from society. Understanding reality often comes with isolation. 3. The most dangerous form of blindness is believing that your perspective is the only reality. This quote by Friedrich Nietzsche highlights the core of his philosophical concept known as perspectivism. A. The subjectivity of truth. Nietzsche believed that there is no single, objective, truth that humans can access. Instead, every individual sees the world through a lens shaped by their own culture, experiences, and personal values. B. The trap of certainty. Blindness here refers to a lack of awareness. When you are convinced that your viewpoint is the absolute truth, you stop looking for other possibilities. This certainty makes you blind to the complexity of life and the valid experiences of others. C. A source of conflict. Nietzsche considers this dangerous because it is the root of dogmatism and intolerance. When people believe their perspective is the only reality, they often feel justified in dismissing or even dehumanizing anyone who thinks differently, leading to social and intellectual stagnation. Ultimately, Nietzsche is calling for intellectual humility and the courage to acknowledge that our understanding of the world is always limited and partial. 4. He who sees too much ends up not filling in anywhere. This profound quote touches on the burden of high awareness and the social isolation that often accompanies deep insight. Explanation. Nietzsche suggests that to see too much is to recognize the illusions, hypocrisies, and arbitrary nature of the rules that govern society. Most people navigate life through a shared set of comfortable myths and social filters that provide a sense of belonging. However, when an individual gains too much clarity, they peel back those layers and see the raw reality or the nothingness beneath. This awareness acts as a barrier. You can no longer easily participate in the herd because you understand the mechanics of the game. For Nietzsche, the cost of true intellectual freedom and insight is often a permanent state of being an outsider, as your perspective becomes incompatible with the status quo. 5. If you kill a cockroach, you are a hero. If you kill a butterfly, you are evil. Morals have aesthetic criteria. This quote reflects Nietzsche's critique of morality. He suggests that ethical judgments are often subjective, shaped by perception rather than principle. It highlights cultural influence on values. The message encourages questioning accepted moral standards. Context shapes judgment. 6. The individual has always fought not to be absorbed by the tribe. If you try, you will often be alone and sometimes afraid. But no price is too high for the privilege of being yourself. Nietzsche declares the loneliness of authenticity. To resist conformity is painful, but selfhood is worth every scar. 7. I hate who steals my solitude without, in exchange, offering me true company. Companionship must be genuine. This quote warns against empty presence. Superficial relationships drain energy. Solitude is sacred. Only meaningful engagement deserves our time. True connection is reciprocal. 8. Some are born to obey. Some are cursed to see. Awareness and insight can be isolating. Not everyone has the same capacity for perception or questioning norms, and this gift often carries both clarity and burden. 9. Insanity in individuals is something rare, but in groups, parties, nations, and epochs, it is the rule. Nietzsche unmasks the madness of collectives. While individuals may be sane, crowds often surrender reason to passion, ideology, and frenzy. History is filled with such mass delusions, and his warning still echoes today. 10. You have your way. I have my way, the only way, it does not exist. There are as many paths as there are souls. Truth is not a single road but a constellation of journeys.